Hey Ringside crew. Welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther the Third.
Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode, a very awesome episode, because this episode will be opening Tri-State Wrestling Month. If you're not from America, Tri-State Wrestling Month means wrestlers from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut in the Tri-State area. So tonight, I have a gentleman that wrestles for an indie promotion in Staten Island, New York. He wrestles for Warriors of Wrestling. Introduce yourself to my internationally known audience.
Hey everyone, I'm Jalen White. I'm a former past, present, and future Battle Award winner. And I want to thank Joe Panther for allowing me to come on here tonight. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. It's so awesome to have people that I've actually got a chance to see in action in the ring and stuff like that. So my first question is what made you get into the professional wrestling business?
Well, I saw the Warriors of Wrestling YouTube channel in 2017. I went there. They had a free tryout. I was able to did that, and then I left because I wasn't even ready yet. I need time to build up my money. And I was about to join up when COVID happened. I thought it was shut it down forever. I was like, and then I find out they reopened up in the middle of COVID, and that's when I kind of joined up.
When you were a kid, what wrestlers did you really watch and you were a super fan of that got you to love this business so much?
I grew up watching Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Undertaker, and Bret Hart.
Oh, yeah. All the greats, Mr. Hart, Mr. Austin, and The Rock. So, when you first stepped foot in the training facility for Warriors, what was going through your mind?
Well, I went through my mind, the first time I did it, I was kind of decent for a couple months, and then I got better ever since. And then I started off as a referee for a year and a half, and now I became a competitor.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, man, because not everybody has the opportunity to start out as a referee. What was it what kind of training did you have to get through to be a referee? Is it harder than when you were being a wrestler, when wrestling training?
Well, not exactly. The first show we had since middle COVID, I was still new, so they asked me if I want to ref, and I said sure. And then at the first time I did it, I wasn't know what I was doing, so I had to watch tape study-ins and make sure I could do better.
So, let's talk about Warriors of Wrestling. What is it like to work with them? I went to that show. You guys ever get a chance to come to the States, or you're in the States and you're looking for any promotion to really hit up that you've never been to, definitely check out Warriors of Wrestling. They have a lot of awesome wrestlers like this gentleman right here. We have Tony Page. We have so many people on that roster. Just check out their YouTube channel, Warriors of Wrestling on YouTube. So let's talk about Warriors of Wrestling. What is it like to work day to day with people like Tony and people like that backstage?
Oh, they're pretty awesome. When I first joined, Tony was gone for a couple of years, and then when he came back, I finally met the guy face to face, and we had awards with him, me, him against Tommy Dreamer, and recently me and him and four other guys in a lock and key ladder match.
Yeah, I had experience to see when Tony won the No Limits title at Warriors in Brooklyn. That was it was July? Was it July?
I think it was March.
It was March. Yeah, it was March. Yeah, it was before my birthday. So like, what like is I know that you're recently trying you're going after the No Limits title. Like, is there any like thought of going after the main belt or like any other belt you want to go after?
Well, my first championship match was the tag titles, and we came up short. And I was involved in a four-way tag team ladder match, and I was just close to getting it.
I think I was at that show when you went for the tag team titles too. You lost to the tag champs that don't know if they still have the titles. The one the guys with the lightning bolts on their eyes.
Oh, you talking about the Rise?
Yeah, the Rise. Yes, yes, the Rise. Yes, the Rise.
Yeah, they lost. They
Ah,
lost the end.
yeah. I remember them. I remember the lightning bolts, and I took a picture with them with the belts. Of course, you were a heel. You looked at me and said, "No." I was like,
Hey, you gotta do what's right, man.
"Oh, come on." Even the Panther gets rejected by wrestlers. It's okay. Yeah.
Hey, you just gotta work the character.
Yeah, it's that's the most important thing. When you're a wrestler, you have to work your character. If you're if you're a hot dog wrestler, you have to act like a crazy guy with like big gloves on and jump around like you're crazy. If you're a heel, you can't be a happy shaking wrestling baby's hands when you're coming out to the ring. You have to be
Nah,
mean.
that's not me anymore.
So, is there any wrestlers within Warriors or like anywhere in the tri-state area that you have not wrestled at or wrestled against that you've been dying to work with?
Well, I've been to Project Kone one time, unexpected, because I know there's a couple of guys on the roster that went there, so I took a ride with them. And then I got booked out of nowhere, and I wrestled, and I won.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So, like, have you ever thought of traveling abroad, like overseas to like different countries to wrestle?
I'm looking to do that one day.
Mm. Is there any other countries that is there like any countries on like on your list that you really want to go to?
I really want to go to London.
Mm. I know a lot of good promotions that you can go to. One in particular is they're called Coventry Pro Wrestling. Coventry's in a very small town in England that like it's like the equivalent of like a small town in Pennsylvania. Like you know about them, but you've never been there. Like they people know Coventry and they're just like never been there, heard about the promotion. Yeah. So do you have any crazy stories from the ring or traveling?
Crazy story, not really. I just enjoy the ride with the crew, go there, help set up the ring, call matches, do what we got to do to go out there perform.
Hmm. Like when it comes to like a match day, do you have a certain regiment you do? Is it like certain stretches you do, or is there like a certain like food do you prep your food beforehand for the show, or do you go and you like find a restaurant, a pizza place to go to and stuff like that? What is it like for you?
Well, like if I have off days from work, what I do on show days, I'll go to the gym early and I find something late to eat. And then when I go to the shows and try not to eat too much because you know you're gonna be out there wrestling, beating people up, and make sure not to blow too much. And trust me, you're gonna blow out there. Make sure you're not to eat too much because you don't want nothing to happen.
Yeah, you don't want to throw up or like get really sick because there's people who go out there and they'll eat like a full lasagna dinner, like half a pizza, and then they go out there and blow chunks everywhere. You know, it's bad.
Yeah, we saw that one time when someone threw up in the middle of the ring. I was like, wow.
Yeah, not smart. So, um, if there's any kids that watching this episode, and then there's you guys, um, so if you had any of if they wanted to get in the wrestling business to be like a wrestler or a manager, ring announcer, or even a referee, what kind of advice would you give them?
My advice will be is you you want to be a wrestler, come in, put in the work. If you're not ready yet, just be a referee, just like I did. And just keep referee as long as you can until you're ready to have matches.
Awesome. If my fans would like to buy any of your merchandise or they want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, underscore of the underscore of Jalen underscore of white underscore of white wow.
Okay.
And my
Do you have any
Facebook,
merch they could pick up yet?
I don't even have my own merch yet, but I used to have a merch where I was a tag team, but not no more.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to thank you, Mr. White. I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It really means a lot to me to have a representative from Warriors of Wrestling to represent for Tri-State Wrestling Month. I'm Joe Panther III,
And I'm Jalen White.
and we will catch you in the next one. Have a good day or have a good night, everybody.